This is a mindfulness sitting meditation. So bringing your body into a comfortable sitting position, either cross-legged on a cushion on the floor or on a meditation stool or on a straight-back chair. If possible, keeping your spine self-supporting, away from the back of the chair. Sitting upright in a dignified, solid, mountain-like posture, without any tension in your back, neck or shoulders. Having your chin parallel to the floor, slightly tucked in. And closing your eyes if that feels right for you. Alternatively, you may gaze to the floor about 1 meter ahead of you, without focusing on anything in particular. Now becoming aware of your body as you are sitting here. The space your body takes up and also the space outside your body, beyond your skin, above, below, front and back, left and right. And then noticing the physical sensations of touch, contact and pressure, where the body makes contact with the floor or with whatever you're sitting on. Feeling your feet on the floor, and maybe even the contact of your clothes with your skin. Spend a few moments exploring these sensations, just as in the body scan. And as you are sitting here upright, solid and soft, moving the attention to the breath, feeling the breath coming in and going out, being with each in-breath and with each out-breath, from breath to breath and from moment to moment. Just this in-breath, just this out-breath. And then moving in close to the sensations of the breath in the lower abdomen. Maybe putting one hand on your lower abdomen, just below your navel, and feeling the changing pattern of physical sensations in the lower abdomen, as the breath comes in and moves out. The abdomen expanding and stretching as the breath comes in, and contracting and deflating as the breath goes out. Zooming in on the sensations of the breath in the lower abdomen. And then widening your awareness to follow the sensations of the breath all the way from the beginning of the in-breath to the end of the in-breath, and then from the beginning of the out-breath to the end of the out-breath. Feeling the breath coming in through the nostrils, touching the back of the throat moving into the chest, and finally feeling it all the way down in the abdomen. And following the sensations of the out-breath in reverse, from the abdomen to the chest, the back of the throat, the tip of the nose. Breathing in and breathing out, letting your attention travel with the wave of the in-breath and the wave of the out-breath. Also noticing at the end of the in-breath a brief moment of stillness, and turning and getting ready for the out-breath. What does this brief pause feel like? Where do you feel it? And then the out-breath, and the brief pause at the end of the out-breath. What does that brief moment of stillness feel like? Where do you feel it? Exploring the pauses when they are there, not anticipating or predicting them, rather moving with the breath when the breath moves, and being with the stillness when the breath pauses and turns. Each pause a moment of stillness. Maybe also noticing the tendency to lengthen the pauses when we focus on them. And maybe for a few breaths, deliberately doing so, ever so slightly expanding the moments of stillness between breaths. And then letting the breath breathe itself again, letting your attention travel with the breath in its dance between movement and stillness, from moment to moment, following the in-breath and the out-breath as if you were riding the waves of your breathing, letting the breath breathe itself, and letting go of any need to control the breath with an attitude of allowing. Nothing to be fixed, nothing to be achieved. Just allowing to be whatever is here from breath to breath and from moment to moment. Allowing the awareness of the breath to bring us into the awareness of the present moment. Eventually, sooner rather than later, your attention will be with thoughts, images, shopping lists, and so on, rather than with your breath. thoughts, memories, images will come in all shapes and forms. And that's just what the mind does. The mind wants to fill space, and this is not wrong or a failure. As soon as you notice that your awareness is not with your breath any longer, congratulate yourself for having noticed. Acknowledge where your mind is gone, and then gently escort your attention back to focus on the breath in the lower abdomen, renewing your attention to be with this in-breath and this out-breath, and again being with the full length of the in-breath and the full length of the out-breath, from moment to moment. The mind will probably wander again and again. Each time is an opportunity to respond with gentleness and curiosity, not avoiding the mind's wanderings, but rather bringing awareness to it. Noticing is the first step of returning to moment awareness. So again and again, guiding your attention back to the breath, and again shifting from the mind's thinking mode to simply being with the breath, and this way becoming the master of your attention. Now giving yourself some time to be with and return to the breath when the mind has wandered. This concludes the first segment of your meditation practice. You may want to use the sound of the bell to mindfully bring your practice to an end, or you may like to continue through to the next part. Having your attention focused on the movement of the breath in the lower abdomen and following the full length of the in-breath and the full length of the out-breath from moment to moment. And now expanding your awareness to include the body as a whole. Becoming aware of all physical sensations, while also remaining aware of the movement of the breath in the lower abdomen. Noticing all the changing patterns of sensations throughout the whole body, as if the whole body were breathing. and maybe also including more localized or more discrete patterns of sensations in your awareness. Maybe the contact of your feet with the floor, your buttocks with the surface you're sitting on, or your hands in your lap. And focusing on those more particular sensations, while also maintaining an awareness of the breath in the abdomen and of the body as a whole. Seeing if you can hold it all in spacious awareness. Or maybe experimenting with zooming in on particular sensations in the body and exploring them with the gentle curiosity as in the body scan. And then also experimenting with zooming out of those sensations, and then holding the breath and the whole body in wide and spacious awareness again. And as usual, you will notice that the mind will wander away from the focus on the breath and the body. And again, congratulating yourself whenever you notice the mind has wandered. And then gently guiding your attention back to the movement of the breath and to a sense of the body as a whole. Sometimes there may be physical sensations that are particularly intense, like aches and pains or other discomfort. And then maybe experimenting with bringing the focus of awareness right into the area of intensity, zooming in on the sensations and exploring their quality with gentleness and curiosity, as you did in the body scan. What do the sensations feel like? Where exactly are they? Do they change from moment to moment? And breathing into the sensations and out from them, maybe softening with the in-breath and letting go with the out-breath. And now focusing your attention again on the movement of the breath and a sense of the body as a whole. Holding the whole body, breathing in spacious awareness. You may now use the sound of the bell as a way to bring your practice mindfully to an end, or continue through to the next segment of the practice. Holding the breath and the body as a whole in awareness. The movement of the breath in the lower abdomen and a sense of the whole body breathing. Settled in being here with the breath and the body from moment to moment. And now allow the focus of your awareness to shift to hearing, bringing your awareness to your ears. Not hunting for any sounds, but rather receiving them. Becoming open to the sounds that travel through space to be received by you. Sounds, the gaps between sounds, and silence itself. Some sounds near, some far, from above, below, left, right, front and back. Noticing how sounds emerge out of silence and dissolve into silence. Noticing where sounds come from, their volume, their pitch. And also being aware of the mind's tendency to label sounds as pleasant or unpleasant, embarrassing, intrusive, soothing, wanting more of this and less of that. And just noticing when that happens. Acknowledging the mind's activity and then returning to just hearing sounds. And when you notice that the mind has wandered, as it surely will, gently acknowledge where the mind has wandered to and escort it back to hearing sounds. Sometimes it may help if you first move your attention back to the breath or the body as a whole before settling back into receiving sounds again. Now shifting your awareness from sounds to thoughts. And just as with sounds, noticing the arising, movement, and passing of thoughts in your inner space. And not making any thoughts happen, and in a way not even thinking thoughts, but rather focusing your attention on thoughts as they arise, Then hold them in awareness and following their movement with your attention, just as you did with sounds. Observing and following the thoughts that move through your inner space. You may find it helpful to imagine your thoughts appearing on a large movie screen while you are sitting in the middle of a large empty cinema, watching the thoughts as words or images on the movie screen. And then at times you will probably notice that you are getting pulled into the action on the screen, being involved with the thoughts and feelings. And that happens especially with thoughts that have a high emotional charge. So as soon as you notice that you are no longer in your seat in the cinema, watching the thoughts, take a deep breath, and then gently move back to sitting in your seat and watching. Maybe spending a few moments focusing on the breath or the body as a whole, or on hearing sounds again, before returning to be the observer of thoughts coming and going. Now spend some time being the observer of your thinking, watching your thoughts on the movie screen, or maybe seeing them as clouds moving through the sky. Now having watched thoughts move through your inner space, seeing if it is possible to let go of the intention to focus on anything. Opening up the spaciousness of your awareness and gently noticing and welcoming whatever comes up, whether it's physical sensations, sounds, thoughts, or emotions. Seeing if it's possible to register and acknowledge whatever comes up with a light touch and also a willingness to let go. And of course you may get pulled into something, be it thoughts, emotions, sounds, whatever. And when that happens, you can use your breath and your attention to help you return to choiceless awareness in the present moment, Maybe breathing into and out from the thought, emotion, physical sensation or sound, allowing the breath to bring lightness and flow to the mental or physical event, and letting go with the out-breath. Or maybe you can zoom in on the thought, the emotion or sensation, and explore it with gentle curiosity, and then shift your awareness to the breath or the body as a whole. Maybe watching thoughts again on the cinema screen, before settling back into choiceless awareness from moment to moment. Now spend some time in open and spacious and choiceless awareness. We are now coming to the end of this formal sitting meditation practice. For a few moments before the sound of the bell, become aware again of the breath and the body. Feeling the breath in the lower abdomen and getting a sense of the body sitting here. Holding breath and body in awareness, and maybe having the intention of carrying this awareness with you beyond your formal practice. Remember that your breath and your attention are extremely portable and are always available to you.